What's up, Cypherheads?
It's your boy Ancient Albatross and my man Spigs over here.
What's up, y'all?
So yeah, we're just here to talk about Gen Con, our experiences, what happened, you know, just a general recap of what we liked, what and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, we were both. It's our first Gen Con for both of us. We popped our Gen Con cherries. Woo!
oh, it was so fun.
Um, First off, before we even get started, we want to say thank you to everybody that we met. We met at Gen Con. Thank you to Monty Cook Games for being so awesome and opening your arms to us and being so inviting. Thank you to all our mods, Alpha Dean and Reptile Brain, Dean and Brandon for coming with us and experiencing our first Gen Con with us. You know, Dean was great because he's a Gen Con pro, so he got to show us the ins and outs. And
Yes.
especially thank you to Gen Kitty for being the only mod left. We were pretty busy at Gen Con, so we couldn't really do much stuff on the Discord server. And thanks, Kitty, for holding down the fort. And maybe next year we could get you to come out here with us.
Yeah, it was definitely a huge help considering we were so busy we couldn't really look at the server as much as we would have liked, especially considering the internet there. But
Kitty, you know we love you.
yeah, love you, Kitty. And yeah, I believe Spigs has some questions to ask, and I also have some questions to ask about our experience. So we're just gonna get right
Yeah,
to it.
we jotted down 5 quick questions. Maybe this will help you understand what we felt about Gen Con, what was the good and bad things, and I'll start it off. So, question number one, you ready, Al?
For sure.
What was your favorite experience at Gen Con?
So my favorite experience, hands down, was meeting all of the Monty Cook Games crew. They were awesome. Um, it's one thing to get support from them online. People could say or do anything online, but then to actually see them in person and to actually see how much they actually care about us and support us, it was awesome. That was definitely my favorite thing about the whole, convention. My time there.
Yeah, I mean, the support we got from everyone, from Darcy, Monty, Bruce, Tammy, Shauna, they were all awesome, everybody. But me personally, my favorite experience was meeting all you Cypher heads from the CU. Cypher Unlimited for life, baby. Your guys are all awesome. We got to put names to faces. All these people that we've been talking to for a few months now, and to actually put a name and a face together. So now when I see them typing, I'll hear the actual voice in my head and see where they're coming from. Burst of Hope, Dub T, Megan, all these Steven, all these wonderful people that we've been talking to online for a few months now, and to actually meet them was awesome.
And not just
I
not just meeting them. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. But not
no, go
just
ahead.
meeting them, but like taking pictures with them, posting pictures online, like that whole thing was awesome because everyone was so friendly, and again, you felt that actual love and care. Like it's not like they were putting on airs or anything, or just have this like facade or anything. They actually cared about us and the community and whatnot. And that was so
Mm.
awesome.
Ancient knows I'm a hugger, and I got to hug so many new cipher heads. So that was pretty cool.
And yeah, that was some our what we most enjoyed about it. And we're gonna move
Yeah.
right along. So Anthony, since
Yep.
it was both our first Gen Con, what was most surprising to you about it?
Oh, that's such a good question. As you could tell, I love to eat. I don't look like I skip many meals, and honestly, the most surprising thing to me was the food. You know, um, I go to New York Comic Con every year for the last 10 or 15 years, and food was so accessible at Gen Con, which surprised me. Not only did you have the food at the con, which wasn't so bad, but the food outside restaurants were 1 or 2 block walk away. They had food trucks that would come and rotate every few hours, literally right outside of the con. So it made food so accessible. You could be gaming and then finish a game and immediately go outside to a food truck and grab something quick to eat and be able to go back into the dealer hall, within minutes. And that was awesome. and it had a wide variety of food. You know, and not to mention coming from New York, the prices, dude.
Yeah, just to piggyback, just drinks we were getting, like sandwiches and burgers and stuff. It felt like everything was half off. Like it was happy hour all the time. Like we're used to drinks being like, I know Anthony loves his gin and tonics. He was paying like five
Yeah,
dollars for
$5
them.
gin and tonics, baby.
And then in New York City, the same gin and tonic would be like 12, $15. It was nuts. It was actually like culture shock to see the pricing differences from New York City and here. Um, and for
Yeah,
me, like, oh
absolutely. That's
yeah,
I was gonna say absolutely. Yeah, that was probably the most surprising thing to me.
and for me, my most surprising thing, I kind of touched on it earlier, was the Monte Cook Games crew. Like when you have this idea in your head of a company that's kind of supporting you or anything like that, you kind of get the feeling. At least I got the feeling that they're helping us to kind of like just show that they're helping the community, not that they actually care or anything like that, because that's like the business face. You always got to have that like nice business face where they want to show that they care and but that's actually not the case. They actually care about us. They actually love our community and wanted to show us actual support. And getting to see that firsthand in person was just, it actually made me cry sometimes. Like I
Yeah,
cried quite not a lot, but it was very touching. And again, not just Monte Cook Games, but everyone from the community from Cypher Unlimited. It wasn't just that they were showing this like fake care because they wanted to be part of a community. They genuinely cared. Like they loved us. They loved being a part of us, of the community, and that was most surprising to me, that to see the actual genuine love and care, and it was very touching to me, and I'll remember it for a long,
yeah.
long time.
I totally agree. That entire staff is so welcoming and op- they opened up to us so quickly. And I know we said this multiple times, but Darcy Ross, we love you. You know,
Wait,
you
can I make
pretty
the heart?
much put us on the map, and we truly appreciate it. Not only was it Monte Cook Games, but Raven Desk Games, the creators of Vert. They were so opening to us, and they're great guys, and we truly appreciate your product, and we truly appreciate the conversations you had with us during Gen Con, and everything you told us we took to heart, and we love you guys too.
They were awesome, and hopefully we get to see them more, around on the server. They said they're gonna hop in,
Yeah.
but we'll see. They also said they might be running games for us in the future, so keep an eye out for that. As
Not
well
only
as
them, we spoke to several different other people that we'll say that for a giveaway video, but we might have some really cool surprises up for the giveaway where we're gonna have a lot of content creators possibly running games on the server, which should be awesome.
it's very exciting. But that's news for another time.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's keep
Uh,
moving with question three.
Question number three is on me, I guess. What was something you regret not doing?
This is a real easy question for me. I easily regret not running and playing more actual games. Like I was just so mentally and physically drained from getting ready to move to Arizona from New York City, and Gen Con was like in between all that. So I went from New York City to Gen Con and then to Arizona straight away. There was no like interim or resting between all that. So the months leading up to Gen Con, I was very busy. I was seeing people. I was packing stuff. I was mailing out boxes. All this mental and physical stuff that kind of wore on me very heavily. And I could definitely, especially with how active and how much stuff was going on at Gen Con, I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy on me, but it was. And I kind of regret not running more games and playing in more games due to that. And I got to do demos for the predation demos at the Monte Cook booth, but that was fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of different than actually playing full blown actual games, and or even running these games. But that's something I got to do next time at Gen Con.
Miss you, bro. I miss you already, bro.
We got the internet, yo.
Yeah. um, that's absolutely something I regret as well. I had a big presentation at work I had to do, and I forgot to sign up prior to getting to Gen Con, so I had to be an emergency GM, and I actually only got to run one Numenera game on Saturday night. It was a lot of fun, and I regret not doing it more. And next time, I promise you, I will be running a lot more games and signing up to a lot more things. But one regret I definitely have is I regret not going to all the panels. Since it was our first Gen Con, we were almost overwhelmed with everything you could do. And we signed up for a lot of panels, but unfortunately, I couldn't go to all of them because, we were busy doing, we were running here, there, doing all sorts of different things. And I forgot to show up to some. I missed the Raven once, which you have actual play, and it's still killing me right now because I really wanted to go to that. And I literally was looking in my bag and I saw the ticket, and I was like, oh man, oh, I gotta go to this. And it was like 2 hours in. So I missed the whole thing, and I regret that wholeheartedly. But yeah, I want to plan a little better so I could get into all the panels that I want to see. But I regret not doing more panels than what I should have done, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely missed a panel or two just because I was so exhausted. I just couldn't, wake up early enough, or once I did have that downtime, I wanted to actually, like, there was one point where I picked a corner of a hotel and I just laid down and fell asleep for like 2 hours or an hour.
Yeah.
But it's because I was so drained. And again, it is what it is. And next time we go to Gen Con, we're definitely gonna try to prepare better, rest up better, and stuff like that, so we can actually see more people, do more things. But yeah,
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. It just doesn't seem like there's enough time in the day to do everything. I mean, that's partially our fault. We could have been better at time management, but we'll learn.
yep, yep. So yeah,
It's my turn, right?
no, it's my next question is on me. No, it's number 4, right?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
So next question for you. You can start it off, Anthony. What's something you could have done without at Gen Con?
Ooh. Hmm. What is something I could have done without? I could have done without being in our hotel so far away from the con. We literally got on the Gen Con website housing queue 5 minutes into it cutting on. I was the one that got caught trying to get us a hotel. And within 5 minutes, unless everything was sold out, our hotel, we stood at the Marriott East. It was literally like 20, 25 minutes away from the con. And what really sucked was that it depended on the cab drivers because some cabs would take us in 20 minutes, some Ubers would take us in 20 minutes, some Ubers got us there in 35. And we were the kind of guys that were conning all the way till, you know, midnight, 1, 2 a.m. sometimes. And it sucked, getting a 30-minute ride back to the hotel. So that's my biggest regret. Maybe next year we'll do an Airbnb, rent a house or something, and be a little more prepared to be closer to the con. But that's something I could have did without being so far away.
I agree with that. Not that. Excuse me. Yeah, just something on top of that. All the Uber and Lyft drives we had to take because of that distance. It that could have been money we could have used to buy more things, but it was a necessity to go back and forth. So, we could have done without it, but because um we were that distance, it was unavoidable. And what I could have done without was the horrible internet service in the convention center. If
Oh my God.
if the internet was better, we could have arranged meetups better. We could have, seen more people, all that sort of thing. Actually, we're on the Cypher Unlimited server while we were at the convention. But anyone who went to Gen Con will tell you the internet is terrible. If you're within the exhibit hall at some places, you just couldn't connect, like to the server, to just text messages, like anything. It was horrible. And that's something I could have done without, because again, if that internet was working, we could have seen more people. We could have went to more panels, maybe, arranged things better, so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
But again, it is what it is.
Um, I want to personally apologize to Danny Neary. Like I said earlier, I signed up as an emergency GM, and she sent me a text. It could have been Friday or something. I don't remember exactly when. I literally got the text 3 hours after she sent it to me. She wanted me to run a game where one of the GMs hadn't showed up or whatever the case may be. And if I would have gotten the text on time, I would have ran the game. I just didn't get it to 3 hours after the fact. So yeah, the internet, the Wi-Fi was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
And
honestly, like thinking back to Gen Con, that was honestly the thing I was most frustrated with and disliked the most was that lack of communication. But
not only that, they were charging $12 a day for internet service,
it was nuts. That was just too
which
much.
yeah, that uh,
But it is what it is, you know. Hopefully next
what
year,
can you do?
yeah, maybe it'll be better, but not holding my breath.
Yeah,
But it is what it is.
yeah. Last question. Are you ready? I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm asking anyway. Would you do it again?
No, it was terrible. No, it was awesome. Of course you'll do it again. At least I would. Seeing everybody was so awesome. Meeting Monte Cook Games, everybody from there was awesome. Seeing all the cool people, cosplays, all that stuff was so
Oh yeah, that's
awesome.
great.
Walking around the exhibit hall, seeing all the different products for sale, all the different kinds of games, it was just amazing. And again, I would do it again in a heartbeat, and we most likely will do it again next year. But yeah, that was of course I'll do it again.
I think you guys know my answer already. I would absolutely do it again, and I will do it again. Cypher Unlimited will be there again next year with more shirts, more buttons to give out, more hugs for CU members. We're ready, willing, and able to play with everyone from the server. And yeah,
Yes.
without a doubt, we're going to be there again next year. Unless, something drastic happens, you could pencil us in. We will be there running more games. Maybe setting up a Cypher Unlimited meetup that's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
We'll pre-plan it prior to us getting to Gen Con, so we'll make sure it happens. Yeah, but
And
we definitely going to do it again. It was an awesome experience. I couldn't. I mean, for the exception of the internet services, there was nothing negative I have to say. I mean, I pretty much love meeting everybody, love playing with everybody, love the dealer hall. The whole experience was positive for me.
it was very, great. And it would be awesome to experience it again and have that experience of being there now the first time. We know how to enjoy the experience even better, like make it be able to plan things better. Hopefully, when we do have our meetup, we'll plan a place off convention site so we have actual internet where we could talk to people, and it wouldn't be this last minute thing like, hey, I'm going to be here for the next like 20 minutes, come see me. It'll be pre-planned ahead of time, so people aren't scrambling to figure out where we're going to meet up. And yeah, hopefully next year things will go a lot smoother.
Once again, thank you, Monica Games. Thank you, Raven Desk Games. Thank you, Cyphercaster Network. Thank you, Cypher Speak, Darcy and Troy. You guys are awesome. We love you. To all the Cypher Unlimited members we met, Megan, Jada, Burst of Hope, Steven, the list goes on and on. I know I can't name all of you guys here, but just truly believe that we enjoyed and cherished meeting every single one of you, getting to talk to you, putting names to faces. It was awesome. And next year, we truly consider you guys friends. And next year, I hope we can do this all over again.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. No, hopefully we'll see all your beautiful faces again, and hopefully more beautiful faces. So the people, I know there were a couple of people who were mentioning that they couldn't make it out to this Gen Con and want to make it out to the next one. So keep your eye out for us.
Yep.
And of course, like usual, stay beautiful, stay awesome. This is the best community I've ever been a part of. You guys are amazing, and you know, um, break the mold.
Attempt the unlimited. We love all you guys.
Take it easy,
Peace.
everyone. Laters.